Hello everyone, Tommy from Pizarro's Pieces, and in today's video I'm finally finishing off my trip to the United States of America when I went way back in March. This is probably the best one. This is me at the Columbus Toy Show. What's going on, guys? Welcome back. So I said a couple of videos ago that I would finally get this video done. It's just about been getting the time and all that to do it. So yeah, this video I'm going to show you some footage of when I was at the Columbus Toy Show when I went to America way back in March. Now it's a little while ago. So I met Joe there from Gamertoyz. So I don't know if you guys know Gamertoyz, but I'll put a link below to his channel. He's channel similar to sort of what I do, but he does toy reviews, latest pickups, toy hunts and all that sort of stuff. And I am going to be meeting him again when I visit Chicago in October, when I'm going to the Chicago Toy Show in October.
What about this wood boy? What watch this road boy?
Welcome back, guys. So I hope you enjoyed that clips put together of us walking about. As you can see, there was quite a lot of gear there. There was overpriced gear, but then there was some stuff that was reasonably priced. So if you see early in the video, I did get a Toy Biz Batman figure that was on a pretty good card. I think I paid $10 for it. I've sold that since. I literally sold that within a week of coming back. I've done a show. Can't remember where it was. A couple of weeks we've been coming back at a Comic Con. I was stalling that and I sold that. There was also, you'll see, I picked up a Talking Venom, which I already have in my own collection, so that has gone into stock and I have still got that. It's somewhere in my stock room. So I'm going to go with the bits that I found in no particular order. So I'll go with some of the smaller bits that I found that I found generally walking around. So I've got a Godzilla Rodan figure. I had this as a kid, and you guys can see a little bit behind me, but you know that I've got quite a big Godzilla collection. I didn't have this one. I don't know what happened to my Godzilla collection when I was little. I don't know. I think sometimes when you're moving out, moving here, you sort of just go, oh yeah, give that bag to so-and-so's son or whatever, and then it disappears. I don't know what happened to my Godzilla toys. So the guys at Big Fun, who obviously you would have seen in previous video, they had a couple of stalls out at the Columbus Toy Show, and they were obviously digging out loads of stock from the stock room downstairs, and I did manage to pick up a couple of bits. Now these were both actually on cards, so I actually opened them up when I got home. So these are the figures from the Toy Biz, like Venom, but is it Planet of the Symbiotes, I think it was, toy line. So like I said, these were on cards, so they're mint figures because I've ripped them open. Now this guy I think I paid $8 for, and this sort of like Carnage I paid $5 for, and I didn't really know, but apparently this guy goes for like really big money over it. So this is like the Venom, like the Madness with like all the heads and that. It's a weighty figure, to be fair, and then there's Carnage. Has got like a little spider on his back. So yeah, $8, $5, both were carded. The cards were pretty rough, so I just ripped them off and put them in my collection. So I was pleased with that. I also got, and as you guys know, I'm obviously always on the search for Gremlins stuff, and I managed to acquire this, and I didn't have these, to be honest with you. So these are the LJN water hatchers. So these were one of the, I think, sort of like the only item that I was missing from the LJN Gremlins range, and I sort of stumbled across them. I mean, it's always hard with the LJN stuff because the bubble always goes yellow, and with these little things, I mean, look, you can see the little gizmo, they sort of shrunk, the stripes shrunk. I mean, they're over 30 years old. You've got to expect these kind of things. But unpunched, cards a bit rough, but you know what? You don't really see stuff like this in the UK much, and it was $20. No, it was $25. I said to him, "Will you take 20?" He said, "Yeah, go on then, no problem." I was happy to pay $20 for that. That's like 15 quid, 16 quid. Like, you know, like I said, you don't really see these often at all. While we was on the subject of Venom, there was, I can't think what their name is now. I do follow them on Instagram. There's like a company. I think they're based in Ohio somewhere, and they kind of make their own cartridges, and they make games like, I think you guys probably have seen them. You know when you see the Turtles fighting on like a Streets of Rage game, or you see Street Fighter, they make them, and they make them into carts and everything, and then they sell them. They're some pretty cool custom games that they make, but they also do other games as well. And I managed to pick up this on the Genesis. Again, because it's on the Genesis and I got the Retron 5, I don't really care. I'm not a collector, I just want to play these games, and I've never played this one. Obviously Maximum Carnage was my favourite game on the Mega Drive when I was a kid. But this one is the second one, which was Separation Anxiety. So I picked that up for like $10. I still haven't played it. So I don't think it's much difference, to be honest with you. I think it's just they've got different symbiotes in it. I think you can still be Venom and Spider-Man. So I picked up for $10. So at that moment, nothing really expensive. Then I got this, and you know, Big C Chris has a bit of an influence on this sort of stuff. Now he already had this figure, but he didn't have Kevin Nash. So obviously the WWE Elites, they have American exclusives and all that, and these are ringside exclusives. So these were only available by ringside. So this is the NWO black and white Scott Hall. Now Big C I think paid 50 quid for his one. Him and Kevin Nash cost me $50. They were $25 each. And you know what? I love Scott Hall growing up when he was like Razor Ramon and all that. He was a class like act in WWF, WWE as it was known then, and in WCW I thought the NWO thing was great. I got this for myself, and then I've managed to phone Chris when I was there, and I said, "Do you want Kevin Nash?" He said, "Yeah." So I got him Kevin Nash. You would have seen that in one of our previous videos. I still ain't unboxed him. I'm not really sure what to do with him. He's got a little space here on a shelf. I don't know, in the back of my mind I started thinking, do I really want to start collecting WWE Elites? Though there are some good ones, you know, I'd like to have Legion of Doom and Demolition, some of the older ones. But in the back of my mind I thought, do I want to start getting involved in another toy line? You know, I loved wrestling when I was younger, but it's not a focus or anything of mine now. So I don't know what I'm going to do with him. I may end up selling him, you know. So moving on, last couple of bits now. Now again, with the Gremlins items, especially in America, I see items that you don't see here in the UK. Obviously I picked up the lunchbox. You lot would have seen that in the previous video. I got that in Cincinnati, and I did pick up several other items, and this was another item that you just don't really see it over here. I've seen them on eBay, but in American eBay, and I've seen them in European eBay, but the shipping always seems quite a bit. And it was there in front of me. It was complete. It's pretty mint. So this is the Gremlins board game. I've never played it. I don't know what the aim of the game is. It says, the Gremlins are coming, the Gremlins are coming. Travel with Billy through the town of Kingston Falls, warning the citizens of the gremlin danger. If you reach a destination and find Gizmo in your backpack, you've made it in time. But if you find Stripe there instead, make tracks. The first player to successfully reach Kingston Falls location wins the game. Might have to, how many players can play it? 2 to 4 players. I might have to get the boys on that when they're next up, because we've spoke about having another sort of arranged meeting next month, me and my old schoolmates, and talking about doing another video, so that would be pretty cool. So yeah, the Gremlins game, I can't remember how much it cost. It wasn't cheap, it wasn't like $10 or anything. Joe might remember, he might remind me. It might have been like 40, which a lot of people say that's quite a lot of money, but you got to pay a bit of money for the unusual items. That was probably one of my best finds of the day. But I reckon without fail, this was the most coolest. And I got this quite late. Now I see it on a stall, and I knew this guy from Instagram. I follow him on Instagram, Hive Toys. So Ryan, his name is, the guy. So he had this, and I see it early in the day, and I didn't really think anything of it. And then by the time I'd gone round 2 times with Joe, I see it again, and no one bought it. And I thought, you know what, I'm gonna get it. Nah, over here, this figure is going for about 100 quid in the UK, which is a lot of money. But Masters of the Universe sort of commands that sort of money, and even the new stuff commands that sort of money. I knew that it was going for that sort of money over here, and I picked it up, and I got it off of Ryan for $60. So that's about 50 quid, give or take. I was happy to pay that. So the day sort of ended on a high when I picked up the Masters of the Universe Classic Filmation Skeletor. So obviously it's the cartoon sort of look, and it's a really, really good figure. Now I have the classic He-Man, not the Filmation version. The Filmation He-Man does go for a lot of money now, but I don't have a classic Skeletor. So it kind of made sense for me to get Skeletor to go with the classic He-Man, albeit it's not the Filmation one, but you know, they're the same size and they look pretty cool together up there on the top shelf. And I had recently acquired a classic Hordak, so I've got all 3 of them up there. They're my 3 sort of favourite. Well, I don't know what it is with the evil ones, but Skeletor and Hordak are sort of 2 of my favourites. So yeah, guys, that was pretty much it. You know, like I said, I did get a couple of other bits that have sort of moved on through the business. I can't wait to go to the Chicago Toy Show, because I hear that it's better than the Columbus one. So who knows what I'm going to find. I think I'll be going over there a bit more, sort of maybe switched on as a dealer. When I went last time, it was all about me, selfish me, get what I want sort of thing for myself and for my own collection. But there's not too many things I really want now. I'd like to get a He-Man lunchbox for my collection if I can. You know, there's always sort of Godzilla little bits and pieces that I can add to my collection. But He-Man wise, there's not really too much I'd want. I like the merchandise and all that, but figures, I don't look for the figures. I don't really want any figures. Gremlins, there's still some little bits that I'd like to acquire. I do still need 1 Swamp Thing figure to complete my Swamp Thing collection. I think it's the climbing Swamp Thing. Yeah, so I'm still sort of hunting for that in my Swamp Thing collections. I've got Ookla from Thunder, so my Thunder collection's complete now. So since I went to America, and when I went to America, there's a lot of things I've got that I've bought that now I don't, you know, and I don't really need to sort of add too much to my collection. But there's always stuff, there's always something coming out, isn't there? There's always something. Oh, I'm looking for a Brave Star. That's another thing I'm looking for. So there are bits and pieces, and I'm going to calm down on the buying now. I have said it before, but the holiday to America is quite quick. You know, we're already in the middle of July, So to August to September to October, it's 3 months away, pretty much 3 months away. I can't keep going out and buying N64s and buying new games and buying new figures. You know, I ain't rich, you know, I'm not made of money, I'm not poor, don't get me wrong, but I ain't bloody rich. And the whole collecting games, buying games, collecting toys, buying toys, it is an expensive business, and a lot of you watching this are collectors, so you will know that. So I am going to calm down on it. I'm going to save myself for New York and Chicago. The Chicago Toy Show, yeah, will be very interesting. There's a few little places I want to look at in New York, but I'm not going over there now. I'm over there for 10 days. I'm not going over there specifically for toy hunting. I do want to go over there for a break and enjoy myself, because literally when I come back, pretty much probably within a week, I will be having my operation, or within a fortnight I'll be having my operation. So I do really want to enjoy myself and do a bit of touristy stuff, you know, sightseeing, and obviously buy myself stuff and that. And I've already bought tickets to go see the New York Red Bulls, to go see a soccer match, or football as we like to call it in the UK. So I'm starting to sort of plan and get ready for the big trip. So guys, yeah, look, if you're watching this video and you ain't subscribing, please consider to do so. You can follow me on all the social media, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. All the links are below. Guys, until the next video, I'll see you then.